It's Star-Lord, aka Austin. Welcome back to this channel. And this is about Mortal Kombat from the 1995, I believe. Hold on. Let me get that straight first. Yes, it's the 1995 version of Mortal Kombat. And this version I love so much. It's different from the 2021 one, but this was the very first time they ever did this type of movie. And this guy behind me, this guy right here behind me is um one of the main characters from the video game. You have Sub-Zero right there. He's also in Beverly Hills Ninja. You have Sonya Blade that also was playing in a movie called Billy Madison, that played Billy Madison's girlfriend. You know, Johnny Cage in this one. I don't know where he's from. You have the main bad guy is a sorcerer in here. That was also and Johnny Tsunami, who played the grandfather. He's a Puno, you know, that guy. Hey Puno. And he was in Johnny Tsunami, the one of the biggest Disney Channel films ever made. And you have, I think, hold on, let me look up his name in this. Lou, Lou Kang, Lou Kang is played by Robin. This guy right here is named Robin. And then you have Sonya Blade, like I said, and you have Johnny Blaze, and then you have Sub-Zero, Reptile, Groru. You also have Katana. You have Lord Raiden. You have Kano and Scorpion. And Scorpion here actually messes when he does this with the fight with Johnny Cage. His chains come out of his hands. Now, in the new movie, he does have chains, but they don't come out of his hands. Sub-Zero has his powers, and Sub-Zero and the other one does freeze things, but his is kind of like what they're doing the modern day of 1995's like Ice Ball. And every fight in here is different. You have like Sonya Blade facing um one random guy and then facing um um Kano, and then you have Johnny Cage facing the Emperor, and also Scorpion. You have Liu Kane facing Sub-Zero right here to see the scene behind me, and then he also faced Reptile towards the end, and Scorpion and Sub-Zero just need the spell of the Emperor, but you get my point. They teaches the and then Grogu fought Sonya Blade, Johnny Cage, the pretty much the whole cast, and Raiden was also there to guide them and guide them. He did. A source of one to take over the world. And it's pretty much basically simply like the video game, and they adapted this video game so much so much well, and better than Mario. The Mario from 1995. the Super Mario Bros. Movie, which I also reviewed. Now, like I said, I love that movie as well. It's bad and cheesy and all that stuff. And I did that for the celebration of the Super Mario Galaxy movie. I'm doing this for the celebration of Mortal Kombat 2. And then I already did another movie that's out right now that I might go see the same week of Mortal Kombat 2 is Devil Wears Prada. So I already did all these recaps, and these old movies just have some flair to them, like Mario to Mario Brothers from the 90s. This one also from the 90s, the early 2006 with those were Prada. They all have this nostalgia to it, right? But this has a really good nostalgia because this franchise, this video game franchise, has been around for a very long time. Even if you're you're a little boy when you first played this on 8-bit, an 8-bit Nintendo and then other consoles when they went from PlayStation, Nintendo, and all this other different stuff, Xbox. You went from 8-bit to modern, and we still have they rebooted it several times. They have Mortal Kombat 1 now, um, for PlayStation 5, and everything goes back to what you see here with Sub-Zero and Liu Kang and Johnny Cage and stuff, and they're adapting Johnny Cage into the new um, part two. But in part one, they introduced this new character, which he's still in the second movie, but doesn't make any sense. Um, Drax is also mentioned in this too, but he's more of a player in the second movie of this one. But even the way it ends, he faces the Emperor and then he faces the sorcerer, and then the Emperor comes out and like, oh, you fools mortals. This all just is very, very awesome. And this is all very, very cool because the stuff they put in here is actually truly true from the video game. And they also play the theme music, Mortal Kombat and fight scenes in different eras in this movie. The first fight scene with all of them with Sonya Blade, uh, Liu Kang, and Johnny Cage. Towards the end, Liu Kang and the Sorcerer, and another part in this movie, they play the theme song, but it also has its own score. And all the characters here have a way of coming into the frame and coming into here just like they did in the video game. It's kind of like how the movie was set when they got on the island. Because you see Johnny's career, you see Sonya's career, and you see that I don't know, they show him in the real world too, but I don't know what Liu Kang's career was. But Johnny Cage, they show him on set. They show Sonya Blade trying to get Kang Yu, um, because that's the person she was hunting down from the FBI. It shows all of their careers. And Raiden being God of Thunder and Lightning, his job, but you know, but once they get on the island, the tournament's set up just like the tournament's set up how you think it's set up in the video game. They select a character. The Emperor selects the the different characters facing off. But as the scenes play out, it feels like a video game. Because you have Liu Kang facing off with Sub-Zero. You have Johnny Cage facing off with in a different area in like a woods area with Sub-Zero. I mean a woods area with Scorpion, and you have Sonya Blade facing off another person and a beach, and then you go from Liu Kang facing off um Goro and somewhere else. It has these different elements, and like even have the very opening when they get on the island, have Sub-Zero and Scorpion try to face off all three of them, and Raiden stops that. Raiden's pretty powerful in here, but he's just a guide. The second movie, he's more functional. Groru was in here, very functional. It's very cool. So I would highly recommend checking out this movie if you can get it on digital, Blu-ray, whatever. I think there's a 4K of it, but if you can, check this movie out. And if you want to celebrate this movie, I mean, you want to celebrate part two of the newer one, you can still watch the 2021 one. But I highly recommend watching this one and part two of this one as well. If you have never seen this one or part two of this one, I highly recommend seeing both because you already know the 2020 and 21 one is going to be completely slightly different. But that's why I like going back to these old films like this of the franchise and also adapting to the video game of that era of the 1990s. The new one is adapting the newer eras of the video game. But this video game has never changed. So basically, the 2021 one is adapting what they have here in this movie and adapting the old video game. So it's all there. But I highly recommend seeing this movie if you haven't seen it. Now, if you have seen it, man, this is a lot. Man, this is a ride, isn't it? You know it's a ride. You know it's a fun movie. Now, you could say it's also cheesy, but at some points it is because the graphics and everything is not well put together like we do today. But you know it's probably way better than the Super Mario Brothers movie from the 90s or any other type of video game adaptation. Um, Even Street Fighter, I do have the Street Fighter on the steelbook of that era too, and I love the Street Fighter movie as well. And when Street Fighter comes out, I'll rewatch that one and the original one and talk about it as well. But I love this one more over Street Fighter, Street Fighter of the early 90s because it's was the very first one I ever played. Now there's Tekken, a Street Fighter, I mean like another fighting game like this. But I don't think they ever turned that into a video game. I don't think they ever turned that into a movie. So I'm very tired. I know it's a video game, but they have it turned into a movie. Not like this and Dune and Mario and all that stuff like that. I don't know for sure. Tomb Raider also got a movie as well, and they're redoing that as a TV show. But you get my point. These franchises that are old that have movies are either good or they're good for that time, and then as we are now in this era of 2026, they're cheesy to us now. But then you look at back, oh, this is my childhood. Why am I calling it cheesy? But then we look at it, oh, okay, we have better stuff now. We have laser and AMC, we have IMAX, we have regular HD cameras, better cameras. If you're at Cinemark XD, different things. You have different ways of seeing these movies now, and this one was just a regular format movie, which is fine. But anyways, this is a really good movie. Highly recommend checking it out. If you want to watch this, I don't know where you can find it, but I got it on Blu-ray. Now I know the second one's on Movies Anywhere, and I think the first one is also on Movies Anywhere as well if you want to watch these two old ones. Highly recommend watching the old ones before you go jump back into the 2021 one. But if you want to watch the 2021 one, I'm going to do a review on that one too. But the 2021 one is that your era of watching those, then yeah, this is kind of also what your thing is as well because it's adapting this. So anyways, if you like this video, put a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and deuces.